Hey guys, what's up? It's Bird Cyborg and welcome to yet another date night. Lovely blue tie today, and I decided to keep the headphones on and perch my hat upon them, like so. It's not going well. If I can't try and squash it down, it's all going to be. It's actually going to be like half an hour of me doing this. Anyway, adjust that slightly. Yeah, no. So then, last time we left off, we've got a deaf girl who's also mute, who's also the class president. And her friend, who is telling us how stuff goes and translating for her, basically. Alright, it's time we should start work now. She-chan will get mad. Time is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. That too. You guys, the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we could take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today. Okay. They both seem very nice. Actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. I know how that feels. Finished a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. Quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. Like a puppy! To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signalling the end of the period. Time for lunch! Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. Send below the lobby where I'm at Muto, down to the bottom floor. Everything else at the school, this cafeteria seemed too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seemed great until I realised that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're guys who should ask if there is something. I wonder. Ooh! I get a choice! Okay, I can ask about Shizune's deafness, but that could be a bit... I think I've got everything I need to know. I doubt that. Ask about the library. I've been very into books recently in this game, and, well, in real life as well. So, if I ask about the library, that is hopefully the best choice, because I learned something, and they're happy to help me. But asking about the deafness might be a bit too much now. And that's something you'd find out later as your relationship progresses. So I think I'm going to ask about the library. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. Say, reading, ugh. There is, in the second floor, I'll show it to you sometime. Thanks. Turns to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. Yeah, I'm actually interested in learning sign language. I might do that soon. We're having the classroom early, but we're not the first. That dark-haired girl noticed before I slumped over her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. I love that. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here. as if she was slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally, the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. Believe me, know that feel as well. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Well, a long time in hospital will do that to you. Your muscles atrophy, even the heart muscle. Because that's the thing, the heart is a muscle. You've got to work it. So if you're just lying in a bed all day, you're not getting the exercise you need. So, you will feel like that. It's natural to feel like that when you spend long periods of time not doing anything. Well, the final bell rings, school is finally over for the day. Besides Misha and Chizune have a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Fortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, He-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Ah, wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. Yay, outside. Join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. Outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it actually looks like it's part of the main building. That's very similar to when I was studying at St. Francis Xavier. Like, not all, but most of the buildings are in the same kind of style. I mean, they're very clearly separated, but they do look all part of the main campus. Whereas when I studied at Bangor University, there was a lot of very different buildings. Some very, very old, from when the university was open more than 100 years ago, I believe it was. Some of them were ultra-modern. It's very different, but it's not exactly a campus university either, so it kind of works. It's the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office, and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Don't be silly, He-chan's for physical therapy course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Okay, I wonder who I'm going to meet next. Whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. Guess it's necessary for a place like this. I woke in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit like the teacher said. And a white door on the left is a green cross with the text Head Nurse and a nameplate. Voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I found myself further in. The room's not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around in his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Smiley man. Hello there, what can I do for you today? You look creepy as all hell, mate. You're looking sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? As far as the person who's heard the very same question hundreds of times, well, yes I am. I would say it's on the door. No? You can call me by my name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, to shake off my confusion, realizing I should probably grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. Eyes up with revelation, he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia when related to congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? Gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good, well, you've probably been briefed around the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. I have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's also from my staff around even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there is a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. Well, isn't that nice to know? This joke feels so out of place that I am left thinking why I even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. And let me gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark grey laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day, and from all the food groups. It's actually better to eat 5 times a day. Smaller meals, but 3 times a day, larger meals, overwhelms your metabolism, so you're more likely to actually put on some weight. And while it's healthier to at least have 3 regular meals, actually having 5 meals, which are smaller, more regularly spaced out, means that it's less pressure on your metabolism, which means that actually you process your food a lot more efficiently, and it leads to being healthier. So, if you didn't know something like that, now you do. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, you haven't too many sports, rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing. He grins his own choke, but I don't. Why have you only got, like, well, at least you look better now you've got an eye open, you know, but still, the smile is, Play soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did have a burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. I can understand that. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks, or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. Goes with the paper, sets them. Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I mushed up before I even realized it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although, to my eyes, they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they are going, and I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms. It's set a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts. Ooh, that looks nice. Between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It smells nice, gives me horrible hay fever. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional and boring. I know that feel as well. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods, gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. It seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Good exercise, climbing up and down stairs. Good for the heart. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and a shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside I hear a few more movements, then the clicking of a door of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Hello? A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans close to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. He's Wario! Hisao Nakai, I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face only brightens in realization. He stands back upright, thrusting his hand out and smiling greedy, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, Duke? The name's Kenji. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude in his vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because there could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak, beige walls, white linen, desk made from some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of the bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, He-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least you don't have to worry about unpacking. Kind of hoped I would have. And then there'd be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop, and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. Hey, it's, not a bad thing. The restless urge just keeps growing till I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming in, for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so it won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now... The bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick up one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then I read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hisao Nakai. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Doesn't really say that, but it could just, well, Jesus, man. It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start to look any more familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows cross my room draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Damn. Okay. Quick swig of tea. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light grey ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed. It's me who's supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. Feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. I would recommend it. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crossed her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of a pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Sorry, Shi-chan. Whoa, she looks angry, but kind of cute angry. Is that something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, He-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, He-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts sighing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Well then. Huh? Okay. Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally, noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right, He-chan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? Could be Mai's playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune looked at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk, I slipped silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glanced at the teacher, who was also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hee-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me looking at the girl who left? No, nothing. Sune signing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? Thought we'd go to the library and pick some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Sune signing. Yay, okay, Hee-chan, perfect. They are up to something. The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes it is, Hee-chan. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really... Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. And again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing. It'll take some time to get used to. I can imagine. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me. It's a surprise that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. Never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure. Sune signing. You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Ah! Shizune pushes her glasses up bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Well then. Lunchtime for them. Another cup of tea time for me. So, thank you very much for watching, you guys. This is great fun, actually. I'm really enjoying this series and this game. I'm kind of sad that I've made myself only play this once a week. But I could tell it's something that I'm going to be playing a lot on my own time as well. Probably after I finish the series, I'll go back and replay it probably a lot. But thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time for another date night. Bye.